Hey beautiful, good to see ya honey. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing my latest ColourPop products. I got these in a week or so ago and I'm sorry I was gone for so long. Girl, I had me a sick baby on my hands and I just could not get in to record. But we are going to pick up where I left off, and I'm really excited to review these because I've been using them, not like every day, but quite regularly since I got it in, and I definitely have some thoughts on both of these products. This is the Ultra Matte Lippy in Viper, and it's a nice dusty rose. Of course, it's ultra matte. We're going to talk about that in just a few, but we are going to start by checking out swatches and whatnot of the Element of Surprise palette. Because, girl, you know, out of all the palettes ColourPop just came out with, and they've been popping them out like crazy lately, you know this was the one that I was going to grab because pink and purple and just all sorts of goodness in here. So we're going to do some swatches and check these out. Alright, baby doll, let's check out this palette. So, I don't even know where to start, girl. This has everything in it, from duochromes and mattes to satins to shimmers, even a matte with some glitter in it, which I thought was a really nice touch. It's got neutrals and colors. I really feel like this is a well-balanced palette as far as, finishes and selections go, because you've got some of your regular, well, we've got a berry shimmer down here. We've got like a copper with a gold shine back up here, a couple of duochromes over here. Now this one right here is like super bright pink, and I'll show you on the swatch in just a second. But I gotta say, out of all of them, I was kind of disappointed in this one. Not because it's not pigmented or anything like that, but I was expecting this to be like a metallic shimmer, and it's more like a satin. It does have that metallic effect to it, but it's still a satin, and I need to use my finger to put it on for it to like really look bright. Otherwise, it's a really pretty color. You know what, baby? The only other couple of things that I can think of about this palette is this shimmer and this shimmer up here. They are kind of light. They go on somewhat sheer and they do need some building. This one is supposed to be like a coral shade with like a teal or like a purplish blue duochrome to it, and I feel like it's more of a coral brown. And this one does go on kind of light, but once you build it up, it's very bright and pretty. And one more thing, this matte down here and this one up here are very similar. And I really do wish that they would have maybe decided on a different color instead of both of them. I'll show you right now with the swatches, and girl, you know I got them ready to rock. So let's start off at the top here with the berry shimmer, and it's more of like a reddish berry, but it's still really pretty. However, I got a ton of these things in my collection, so I'm not super excited about that. Here's that really pretty, like bright fuchsia pink. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it does have somewhat of like a blue duochrome effect. And it is really pretty on the eye. Oh, I wish it would have been a shimmer. I think it would have been way better that way. And I am still on the hunt for a super bright fuchsia pink shimmer. Let me know if you know where to get one. Now this is that like purple, silver, lilac shimmer. I did have to build it up even on the swatch, but I still think it's really pretty. This one right here, yeah, that's that coral teal duochrome is I think how they describe it on the site. And as you can see, it's more of like a brownish coral, but again, still very pretty. This is like a copper with a gold shine back to it. I feel like it's more on the gold end though. And this is that light color in the top corner. It is definitely like a really pretty highlight shade for your inner corner and brow bone. And it starts off looking like a white baby pink maybe, but then it has like a really glowy, pretty pink to it. I'm digging it. Now these two are those two berry mattes that I was saying. And as you can see, they're definitely different. This one's more on the red side. This one is certainly more purple, but even when you put them on the eye, they look very similar, so yeah. Now this I thought was really cool because that is the matte with the glitter, and as opposed to many of the glittery mattes that I have in my collection, the glitter actually shows up really well in this one, and I kind of like it. All right, gorgeous. We're going to jump into a little test run so I can show y'all how some of these colors go on the eye. And there's one in particular that I haven't tried on the lid yet, and I'm dying to see how this goes. So I think we are actually going to start with a neutral. I want to go in with this one. It's more of like a cool toned tan like sand shade, and I think it'll be a good place for me to start. Of course, I've already thrown on some primer and some setting powder as per usual. So let's just see how she goes. You know, this one does have like a tanness to it, yes, but I feel like it is like heading towards the purple side, if that makes any sense. Like more of a mauve brown, but like a light one. Kind of surprised by that because in there, in the pan, it kind of looks like one of my bronzers. I don't know. I'm just kind of shocked here. So before we get moving on, I just wanted to show y'all, look at this. It does kind of look like it's got a hint of mauve in there, and it looks more mauvey than brown. I was kind of shocked by that. 'Cause yeah, it kind of looks like a light tan, cool tone brown, but hey, I am all for that. Also, I forgot to show you guys, it does have the name of the shadows on the back, just like my other ColourPop palette. So yay, you know how much I like to know the names of the shades. Now we are gonna move on. I'm going to take my blending brush again, and I think I want to use the more purpley tone here. We're just going to keep it moving with the purple today. Love me some purple. And I'm going to put that in my crease and outer corner. I'm not going to put too much on here because it really does go on fairly dark, but it's still got like a hint of purple, and I need some of that in my life. Now, like my other ColourPop palette, these come up really easily, so you don't need to use very much at all. Now this one I am going to keep more or less on the outer half of my eye, but I'm going to blend her on in towards my inner corner as well. And I feel like you really need to buff and blend it out, or else you are going to have you some creasing, honey. Otherwise, I really like it, and I think it darkened it up very nicely. And we aren't going to do anything too crazy today because, girl, I don't know if you can see it, but I am feeling it today. So we are going to move on to the lid, and for this one, I told y'all we were going to be using, I got such a mess down here today, guys. What else is new? Alright, I told you I was going to be using this one for my lid, and since it is kind of sheer, I want to test it out with a touch of concealer. Just a little bit. I'm not really going for a cut crease. I just want to brighten up my lid a touch here. And we're going to see if this helps kind of brighten that shade at all. Now that my concealer is dried down, girl, we're going to go in with this pretty purple. And, you know, now that I'm looking at it, it's got a little bit of glitter to it. Not a whole lot. It's not very chunky, but it's a little grainy. So I think using my finger will be the best way to get it on there. And I'm hoping the concealer really helps brighten it up a bit. Oh yeah. It looks more like a super light purple on camera, but it's got like a really pretty, like blue-purple duochrome to it almost. I'm just gonna swipe that on there, keep adding it, build it up a bit. Yeah, see, now y'all can see the like bluish shine back it's got. I really like that. Some of my favorite eyeshadows that I had in my collection before this palette were ones that look just like this. Now, as you can probably see, I didn't take the concealer all the way out because I'm going to put a little bit more of that dark purple on the outside. So to save time, girl, I went ahead and just smoked out my lower lash line, and I used this on my entire lower lash line and then just a touch of this on the outer half. That way, like keeping the darker shade on the outer half or 3/4 of your eye kind of, like opens up your eyes just a little bit and will kind of help prevent raccoon eyes from happening, which can even happen with more colorful shades. Even if you're not using a black, girl, your dark purple or whatever you're using, like what I'm using today, girl, it will go all over the place and we don't need that. So I'm going to go ahead and just take another touch of this on the outer corner of both eyes just to kind of darken it up and get rid of any harsh lines. I'm going to pat it on and buff it a bit. Now I'm going to highlight my brow bone with this shade, and I think I'm going to do my inner corner with this pink, and we're just going to see how that goes. Now this one isn't, that light pink here isn't as bright as I'd like. That one needs some building as well. Alright, let's try this pink on our inner corner and just, I don't know. I feel like I should have used this bright pink. Of course, if you want to see the pink on my full eye, go to my Instagram at Becca Beauty. Girl, I got like a super bright pink eye going on, and not the bad kind. Ooh, you know, this is kind of pretty actually. Maybe not perfect for this eye look in particular. This will be a really nice pop of color inner corner highlight for sure. So I'm just going to buff and blend my eyes at the line, especially where the brow bone highlight meets the crease shades, and color good. That way we have a nice smooth transition there. And today, again, we are using the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lippy in Viper. This is a matte liquid lipstick and in a nice nude rose shade. Though I will say that this does come out darker than I expected, and it was a little bit more purpley than I expected. On the site, this one looked very close to a couple of my favorite lippy shades. I love a good dusty rose shade. It really does go with just about any eye look that you can create. Girl, you don't know what to put on your lips today? Grab yourself a dusty rose. Though, like I said, it is a little bit more on the purpley side, and it does dry down a little darker than what you see in here. Well, on the swatch it looks pretty dark. But it is a little bit darker than I expected. However, it's a really pretty color and it will do nicely. These are $6 a pop too, so you really can't go wrong. Otherwise, I really enjoyed both of these products, and I think out of all their palettes that they have available today, this one is probably one of the most colorful, next to the Yes Please palette, which has like some reds and yellows and all sorts of bright, pretty colors as well. But this is definitely more of like a wintry and springtime colorful palette with the purples and the pinks. Got a nice gold up there. You know, I love me some gold. And yeah, it's just a really well balanced, pretty, colorful palette, and this lippy is really pretty. It'll go really good with my other favorite eye looks and all that jazz. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of this palette and this lippy and this eye look, the whole shebang here, girl. It is good to hear from you guys, and thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and go out and spread some love and positivity today, baby. We could all use some extra. You're beautiful, and I love you. Mwah. Bye, everyone. You okay, Winston?